And we're on.
It's the Sini-Gang with l-boogy.
And Sterno Supernova.
Hey there, Sterno.
Hey, Boogie.
What is going on? Anything?
No, not really. How about you?
I don't know. Let's see. Are you watching anything? Like anything you want to talk about? I mean, like, are you watching anything good? We haven't talked about what you're watching lately.
You know that I have this really big backlog of stuff on my DVR, and I'm kind of procrastinating. I've been watching a lot of anime instead of my DVR backlog. I mean, because you wanted to talk about some shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and what's the other one?
It don't matter. What are you watching?
I'm watching a lot of anime. I'm watching what's the name of the one I'm watching? I'm watching I'm watching the new Naruto, which is sort of weird. And if you guys don't know, Naruto, this anime about a ninja guy in his whole village and stuff like that, and it ran for a really long time, and they finally switched it over to his a new anime about his son. So I've been watching that.
Is his name Naruto too?
No, his name it's called Boruto.
So what's the show called?
Boruto,
Okay.
Naruto Next Generation or something like that. So it's interesting because you get to see the whole because I like that when they have a show that actually continues generationally. Like if you ever, for those of you who used to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, there was like it had this whole story about Aang. It was kind of like a quest thing for him to reach his potential as an Avatar. But then they did a next series called Korra the Legend. The Korra something. I forgot how it goes, but it was about the next Avatar on the line. So that was kind of cool.
One show I was talking about with you one time.
Yeah.
You don't watch it.
Not yet.
Well, you did, but we had talked about it one day, and the next day it was canceled.
What show is this?
That was Powerless. Was that the name of the show?
Is it canceled?
Yes, it got canceled. The day after, I was like, "Yo, it's a good show," and you were like, "Is it? Is it gotten better?" I said, "I like it."
Well, I was into like maybe 3 episodes in, and it wasn't really.
You didn't like it.
It wasn't grabbing me. I could watch. It was watchable to me.
See, that's the thing. It's the kind of show that builds.
Yeah,
it's the same. I don't want to compare it to any other shows,
like
but
Dollhouse.
No. It's not even like that. It's actually more. I was gonna say more of a Parks and Recs and Community and
2 other shows I never got into.
Yes, because you probably gave up too early.
No, I didn't even try those.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Parks and Rec is one of the greatest shows of all time. Same with Community. I can go off on both of those shows. Off.
It sounded like, I don't know. I got a shade of Kanye coming from you just when you were saying that. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean,
and that's the problem. It's along those veins of shows, and people like you, don't want to give it a chance.
My people.
Yes.
Sorry. I mean, no.
It's that Community. It's like should probably knowing your personality, knowing what you like. Community would probably be if your life were a show, your life would be Community.
What?
Knowing who you are and kind of thing.
Is Community done? Or are they doing something?
Oh, it's done.
Well, I thought you were going to
survive so many years of it not getting canceled.
But I remember you telling me it was like some seasons and a movie.
There was a motto after like 4 years that they kept saying, like, let's survive to 6 years and we'll do a movie. So the motto became 6 years in a movie. 6 years in a movie.
And they got to
6 years. They never made a movie.
Okay.
And I doubt they ever will. But that was like a motto. And it was sort of a jokingly thing that the fans ran with and use it as their outcry to save the show.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing show. In fact, it was directed. A lot of the shows were directed by a guy. A lot of the best shows were directed by the Russo brothers.
I know
who after they did some awesome things on Community, someone said, "Yo, we need to make them to do
a Marvel movie."
Marvel movies.
One of my favorite Marvel movie of everyone that's been made so far.
Exactly.
Which is Captain America: The Winter Soldier,
done by the Russo brothers.
That was the one I always liked. I love that movie.
Exactly, and you would have loved Community. You would have loved the stuff they did for
you.
Community.
Showed me stuff like the animated G.I. Joe one,
and you loved it.
Yeah.
See, It's stuff like that.
Is there a show right now that you're thinking that you like a lot that you know is gonna? You get a feeling it's not gonna make it. It's gonna be canceled or something like that.
Well, there's a show that I do love. It's not on anymore. It's on FX called Atlanta.
Oh,
that none of my friends watch. No one I know watches.
Did it die?
No, it's one of these shows. They have like 6 episodes or 8 episodes, and then the next season is like 2 years later.
Oh,
it's
like,
one of those things,
like The Sopranos or Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's like that.
Okay. So
they did their 1 season, which to me was amazing. I can't believe how good it was.
Okay.
And I had high expectations, and it was better than I expected. A lot of social commentary though, and I think that's what bothers a lot of people. It makes a statement about a lot of things.
I just never watched it. It didn't bother me at all because I didn't watch it. So
it doesn't bother me. I love it because of that. I love it. But basically, everyone I know doesn't watch it. Even the people I think that would watch that kind of stuff. My peoples that love. I don't know, the political activist stuff, and it's not even a political activist.
So none of your friends were like, Atlanta, did you catch Atlanta? Or
no.
So if any one of us had been like, yes, that's the show,
you would have been my best friend.
Okay. Just wondering. I mean, that's
I know we have listeners that watch Atlanta. In fact, I don't know anyone who watches Atlanta and said, yeah, it's okay. No, everyone I mean online. I'm I meet people online and like, yeah, it's the best show ever, kind of thing. It did win like a Golden Globe for best show or something.
Yeah. I mean,
which validates my.
I mean, this happens with me and you a lot. I mean, like, oh, you should watch the show, and I'll maybe possibly
you'll watch it 5 years later.
Yeah, I was like, hey, this Arrested Development thing's pretty cool. How far did it go? And then it came out on Netflix, and I'm like, maybe 5 years later I'll watch the rest of it. I don't know. It's just this weird thing.
But yeah, Atlanta, I wish more people would watch. I don't know what else. But yeah, Powerless. I mean, I understand why people didn't like it. It's very unrealistic.
Powerless. Of course, it's based on DC Comics universe.
Yeah, which is why I thought you would love it.
I haven't recorded. I just haven't watched it. I mean, when did it come on? I forget. I set my DVR.
It came on like Tuesdays or Wednesdays.
Oh, okay. So was it a good time slot, or I don't
like 8 p.m. I know you can't complain about an 8 p.m.
No, you
time
can't.
slot,
No. Okay.
Unless it's a Friday or a Saturday. But no, it was like a Tuesday.
I love Vanessa Hudgens.
Yep, because I have to support our fellow Pinay actresses. So I was trying to save the show. Same thing with Danny Pudi, who was also on Community.
And then Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
For a brief point.
And I'm a big fan of Wash. What's his name?
I blank on his name.
He's also on a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, Transformer movie, voice of somebody on Moana, blah 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 blah.
And pretty much everything that you watch, except Powerless.
I didn't watch Firefly when it came out.
I know
I don't know. I don't watch everything. Sometimes
But the thing is, it's a show you would like.
Yeah, but I'm okay with like binging it later. I know that's not necessarily the best for the show, but sometimes. I don't know.
But you don't. To me, for a show like that, watching it when it comes on or the week of it coming on, or even actually the year it comes on.
Yeah,
it's something else that you get the hype of it all.
I don't know why, but sometimes I don't feel like committing to it like that. I mean, I'm like that I love watching, when Game of Thrones is on. I am religious about that.
Yeah. What if I had said, hey, I'm going to watch it next year? You'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Actually, you didn't watch the first season, did you? You were late. Like, I remember.
Yeah, because I don't have HBO.
Oh, well, that wasn't the reason then. That was just that wasn't like a choice. It was more of just a circumstance.
Yeah, I don't have HBO, so I had to, finding it in other ways is sort of work. Mm-hmm. So it's like,
Yeah. And, yeah. I mean,
I do watch it now and everything.
Yeah.
So.
But I feel it feels weird now because everybody, everybody's all into it now. I mean, people like, if you don't watch it, it's widely, it's not going to get canceled. Let me just put it that way. It's pretty well accepted by people that do watch it. It's got a good following.
Along those lines, but changing subject.
I know what you mean. That's a perfect segue. Go ahead.
Along the lines, but changing subject. So when you were watching Game of Thrones and not everyone was watching it, you're like, "Ooh, this is the cool thing. You know, everyone should be watching it, but no one knows it." Now everyone's watching it, and how do you feel about that?
I still like the show.
Yeah, but is it like, oh, you know, all these people bandwagon fans or whatever? Or...
Yeah, some people like.
Remember?
Oh God.
No. This is actually, you know, this is good. Nowadays, well, I mean, like I said, I'm changing the subject completely.
But along the same lines.
Joe Coy just released his Netflix special, right?
Right.
And we've watched it. We love it.
Yeah.
We've always loved Joe Coy.
I watch it during a freaking hurricane or tornado thing.
Yeah. And now all of a sudden, I'm seeing my Twitter feeds, my Instagram, my Facebook feeds, everything. Everyone's talking about Joe Coy. Oh, this dude's hilarious. This guy's funny. Years we have been saying, hey, everyone, listen to Joe Coy. He's Filipino. He's funny.
Yes, we have.
And
we've been to the shows when he's been local.
We were at shows before. We were at a show when he didn't do any Filipino jokes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We were one year. He was like, "Oh, I didn't know there were other Filipinos here."
Yeah, he
geared
the show by looking at the audience, and he didn't realize there were no Filipinos.
Yeah, except us too.
I mean, I remember telling him we were starting this podcast called the Sini-Gang. You should listen to it. I'm sure he was like, "Whatever," but
he was like, "Yeah, cool."
Yeah, he was encouraging, but I'm sure he didn't listen to us. But
yeah, this was like 8 years ago. But but ever since then, we have been saying people listen to Joe Coy. He's funny. And then nowadays, I'm getting all these people telling me, "Hey, you should listen to Joe Coy. He's funny." I'm like, okay.
I don't want to be the, you know, I mean,
I know I'm happy everyone's doing it.
I just don't want to be that guy, and it doesn't happen to me often where I'm like, I was into this before.
I'm not trying to do that
before it was cool. And
I don't want to be the guy that said, "I told you so." 8 years ago. But in a way, it sort of irks me. He's like, "Yo,
actually,
you guys didn't listen to me when I told you."
I think he's improved, though. I mean, he's steadily developed over the years, though.
He's becoming more polished.
Yeah, I mean, I like his acting more. I mean, some of his early stuff,
I still feel it was
still funny, but it just you could tell there's a I don't know, there's a difference between what his stuff now and how it was, and you could feel. I mean,
but do you see it too? Do you see? Like his popularity, you know, in the last couple months, has blown up big time, and people are just now discovering him.
I've heard, I've seen people on my feed going off on it, like, "Hey, you got to check this out," or blah blah blah. Yeah. They're sharing the when he loses his key and his mom, you know. Yeah,
that's an old act. That's an old act.
I still think of that one if I lose something.
Yeah, and people are sharing it with me now, like, "Yo, look at this. This is funny." I'm like, okay, you know. Yes, it was.
I laughed in 2010.
I'm happy people are doing it, but the fact that I have been screaming at the top of my lungs for the last 8 years saying, "Hey, this guy's funny," and no one's caring, and all of a sudden everyone's like, "Hey, l-boogy, this guy's funny. You should listen." I'm like, "What the hell?" That's what's bothering me.
Yeah,
and that's how I feel about like what's going on now. I mean, I'm glad people are catching on. I want him to be as big as like Dave Chappelle, but
I laughed more at Joe Coy than Dave Chappelle, but that was just me.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I tell people this all the time. I'm like, "Yo, you should have been listening to Joe Coy a long time ago." Yeah. And it just bugs me that
I mean, I still remember when you were telling people you should watch this up and coming boxer Manny Pacquiao, and then the next thing you know, I got started watching it, and he just started having all the success. So yeah, you're always ahead of the game.
Well, that's a little different.
Well, I mean, it's a different, totally different thing. But I just remember you're like always telling people stuff in advance, and
I'll admit I was ahead of the game on Manny Pacquiao. You guys were just behind.
Oh, dang!
he was a megastar in the Philippines already when I was watching.
Oh, was he?
And I'm like, "Yo, this whole country's behind this dude. You should be watching."
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to bring that into it.
I was thinking I was ahead of the game with you.
No. At the time I started paying attention to Manny Pacquiao was when the whole a whole country was paying attention to the man.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, but and it's not even a lot of times it's not about being ahead of the game. It's like it's like saying you were ahead of the game on Game of Thrones. Like no, you weren't.
No,
you were on time.
I was. Yeah, I read the novels and I was like, hey, they're coming out with a show. I gotta watch it.
Yeah. So every now and then stuff like that happens, and that just. I mean, nowadays people are telling me. I mean, it's like almost daily now.
I don't get that much, but
I do.
Yikes! All right.
And I love it in a way, but I was like,
about orange chicken is old.
Like, even Joe Coy says, he doesn't even like people talking about his old jokes because they're old.
Yeah,
they hate it when they call his son Ting Ting because they're like,
right.
My son's not 3 years old anymore. He's like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just my little rant. Which is a weird rant because I'm happy people are catching on to this guy.
Yeah, how would you say that? What would you tell people? I already know. You don't have to share with me, or
exactly. I have to fake being nice. Hey, good job. Thanks for sharing it.
Hilarious.
I shared it with you 5 years ago. That stuff like that. And every now and then I'll say something, then I'll be like, man, no one's listening to me. But I just want to say it just to put it on record that I said it. And I'm trying to think of something I did that, but I can't do it now.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch.
But yeah, I mean, Joe Coy's podcast is still going on. It's changed formats and many times, and it's still good. So if you're now just getting into Joe Coy, and you're listening to us, you should listen to him. It's called the Joe Coy podcast, I think.
I don't know. I just listen to your car.
Yeah, you only listen to it when I listen to it.
Yeah, in your car. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I laugh.
You don't listen to podcasts. I know. You don't even listen to us.
No, sorry. Not really.
Oh, man. So, yeah. I'm trying to think of something I want to tell people now to start, paying attention to now, so I don't have to tell you in the future. But I can't think of anything right now.
Are there any up and coming actors or comedians or athletes that we should be looking at? Or
I don't know. I do think there is a movement, an Asian movement in entertainment going on right now. I don't know if you see it, but I see it. As in, I mean, I know Crazy Rich Asians is coming out, the movie.
Right.
Even though I told you, I
told you about this.
No, I told you about this like a while ago, and then all of a sudden, like last month, you said, "Hey, Crazy Rich Asians, what's that about?" or something. And you said something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of times when I have a conversation with you, I like it starts out with me saying, "I know you already told me about this, but what is this about again?" So,
But I do say there's like a movement of Asian entertainment. Let me just say that it's a slow thing.
So you mean that they're bringing the Asian people into prominence, that we're not sidekicks, or is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking more about quality of work or projects?
Both, all of that, all the above.
All of that. Okay.
All of the above. And I do think when Crazy Rich Asian hits on the big screen, it's like it'll boost it even more.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully. Yeah, but I mean, I think now we have more Asian actors and actresses out there than ever before. That's prominent.
Mm-hmm.
That's doing big things.
Do you think that that whole every time we talk about the whitewashing stuff, that helped or hurt, or just a separate issue completely?
I don't know. I mean, I do think there's a fight against whitewashing that's slowly. I think it's slow. I don't want to say it's slowly working, but I think it's slowly people to think about their casting.
Yeah, I agree.
I do think there's a big.
I mean, the fact that there's
a consciousness about it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a people know now Hollywood's.
It's not something swept under the rug. There's an actual dialogue that's been going on. And people are they have their people have opinions about it.
Yeah, people know about it now. There's a knowledge now about it. I don't know if it's gonna be fixed, but
yeah, I don't know.
But it is out there. It's not like before when people are, and now now it's like every time there could be an Asian actor, there's a sort of a uproar.
Yeah.
About almost everything. I even say sometimes it's sort of not worth uproaring about. I do think there's some people. Sometimes there are roles that I'm like, yeah, it's okay. White actors, okay.
There was one where when Iron Fist came out, the most recent Netflix, they were saying that the person that played Danny Rand, the main character, should have been Asian, and I'm like, he's never been Asian.
Yeah, in the comic.
Yeah, the whole point is that he's a white guy. I mean, the premise is flawed to begin with, but
yeah, and I think that's the problem is the premise of the comic,
right,
bleeds into the show, but. Yeah, that's one of the only ones I said, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Cast the white guy. I don't like him anyways.
Yeah.
I didn't like him on Game of Thrones, and now I don't like him as Iron Fist. But did you like that show? Did you watched it all right?
I watched it. I like watching his sidekick, Asian, the girlfriend. And
Jessica Henwick.
Yeah. Colleen Wing, yeah. And she was also on Game of Thrones too, which I totally didn't realize.
Sand Snake chick.
Yeah.
Her and the Whale Rider chick.
Oh, I forgot her name. I know who you're talking about. She's in the Nativity too, right? That one.
I never saw that.
There was a Jesus thing when she was.
Yeah, I don't watch Jesus that Jesus stuff.
I just said a Jesus thing. Where there was a big uproar about her. But anyway,
Keisha Castle.
It was
Hughes, maybe.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. But I was gonna say about Iron Fist. I don't think it was as bad as people were saying, but it wasn't. It was definitely the worst of everything that came out
of the 4
Netflix Marvel productions. Yeah, I can watch it. I had some issues a lot of times. But I just kind of figured it as a bridge to get they just want to get the Defenders out of there, so they need to add that one character. I mean, I think it's a lost opportunity. I think if they could have done a better job, it would have been awesome. But I'm like, okay, it's done. I'm gonna wait for the Defenders to come out.
There were a good amount of Asians in it also, outside of Jessica Henwick, Colleen Wing, who had a pretty big role. And Madam, what's her name? Madam Yao.
I think that's right. Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, also Asian, and all the henchmen.
Yeah, I don't know. When you said all the Asians, I'm like, are they
the triad?
The hand. Yeah, the triad too. The disposable helper people. Yeah,
but here's my problem with the immortal Iron Fist. It was very much a business show, a show about a business. Like, hey, he should be the president of the company. No, I should be the president of the company.
I know. It was very.
That went on for episodes.
It was like, I don't know if I know I'm dating myself, but it was like Dynasty.
It's episodes, and they're like, let's have a board meeting. All right, let's have a board meeting. A whole episode about a board meeting. We're going to vote him out of
his position. He
should be. Oh, we can't do that.
He's
That's
embarrassed
unlawful.
the company, and we don't need to. We can't take this. Our stock's going to go down. That kind of thing. Yeah.
And the problem is, this is a superhero show,
and that's what people are,
and that was like 40% of the episode was.
I was okay that they had it in there, but you're right. They stayed way too long on that stuff.
It's one thing if I'm watching Wall Street or Wolf of Wall Street or
where that's what you come in looking for. I agree with that completely.
But have an episode in a boardroom talking about I should be president. No, he should be president or whatever.
He's crazy. Blah blah blah. I don't think he's blah. Yeah, I'm like,
you don't know his business stuff. But my name is the company. But that's me. I should run the company.
Yeah, I mean, there's other flaws too. I didn't like the villain. Didn't really do anything for me.
That's a problem too, man. Like, is he a bad guy? Is he a good guy? And how bad is he? He's not that bad.
I know.
Is he really a villain?
Am I rooting for him now? I don't know. I really don't know.
And then the bad guys. They're just a part of the bad guys. They're just a section of the bad guys. We're the real bad guys. And I'm not spoiling anything by saying this.
If you get anything
out of what's happening.
If you get anything out of this rant and spoil it for you, I don't know.
That's the problem. Just give me one bad guy. Give me the Kingpin and fight him for 10 episodes. That's what I want. Give me the Purple Man. Fight him for 10 episodes.
That's why Jessica Jones was so awesome.
Don't give me like he could be the bad guy. No, this guy's the bad guy.
Yeah, today he's Thursday. He's the good guy today.
Exactly. He's like, oh, we're friends now. We're fighting together. No,
you're like a son to me. I'll kill him. I'm like,
what? I'm done with this.
I got through it. That's all I'm saying. It was.
I mean, I watched it too. I finished it off.
They're just parts I like. I always like seeing the characters that I used to read about on screen, but that only takes me so far, And after a while, that wasn't enough to carry the thing for me as far as being a good show. It was okay.
Yeah, when I was done with that, I started looking for something else. So I started watching 13 Reasons Why because it's a popular show. Selena Gomez, all that, produces it, and I don't know, all the kids are watching it. So.
Okay.
It's making a lot of news. I don't know if you know what it's about. It's about, okay.
I did, and then when I did, I don't need to watch this.
Well, I started watching the second episode, and I see what it is, and I gave up on it. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it. Maybe.
But you liked it when you started watching it? You liked it?
Okay.
So
it did not hook me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if a girl who I like tells me, "Oh, you should watch it," I'll watch it.
Yeah, I know how that works.
But the good thing is, I switched over. I told you this. I switched over to another show.
Yeah,
which I love.
Which one is that?
Dear White People.
Oh right.
Oh man,
right. Yeah,
do I love this show? And I have a feeling a lot of people aren't going to watch it because they're going to think, "Oh, it's for Black people. It's a show called Dear White People." That's not for me. Is
there a lot of Asian stuff in there?
Ali Wong's in it.
Okay. I like her stand-up routine.
Yeah, she's in it. I mean, she just. In fact, she doesn't even show up to like episode 6, I think. But I feel like they throw her in just to
get the Asians.
Throw an Asian in there.
Oh,
but other than that, it's a really, really good show. Really good show. It's based off a movie that no one I know seen, independent movie. But
I heard of it, but I never watched it.
Yeah. But if I say, I would suggest that people watch it, but no one's listening.
So it's an ongoing series, right? It's not like
10 episodes.
Oh, it's
10 episode series.
Oh, okay.
Basically the premise is they're on a college. There's a college. On this college, they had a blackface party.
Oh god.
And like the black student clubs found out about it, and all hell breaks loose kind of thing. And then each episode sort of centers around this party and the events that happened around it and before it, and how it affects different people. It's good. Let me just say that before I say it's political. It's very good.
It's intelligent.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very real, but it's not
preaching.
It's not preaching in your face.
Okay, because I hate that.
But there are times when you're like, I don't want to say too much. It's good.
Yeah.
Let me just say it's good, because if you want to watch it. Dear White People, love it. The main girl on it was on Joe Coy's podcast not too long ago. She was funny on that. Netflix show. And then Masters of None comes out with season 2 any day now, which I loved season 1.
Yeah.
Very. In fact, Aziz Ansari is one of the main people who's pushing for a big Asian entertainment thing going on in Hollywood. He's one of the main guys. So I know you didn't really care for season 1.
I watched a few episodes, and it didn't grab me like I was hoping it would. And maybe I just didn't watch enough of it. I don't know. Or maybe it's just not my thing. I don't know. I tried.
But you saw the one episode with the fathers, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's parts
that won a lot of awards for that episode.
There's parts that I love, but then like there's parts where I'm like, maybe there's some awkwardness that I don't like the.
You need a laugh track?
No. I mean,
you need someone to tell you to laugh.
Maybe a lot of times it is a lot of people being awkward because it's real life,
and it makes you awkward.
And it makes me feel uncomfortable. Maybe that's.
And I love that.
I don't like that. That's probably what it is, because I don't like. I understand everything's not going to go smoothly, but sometimes when it's too real and too awkward, it kind of like turns me off. I don't know. Or if I identify with it too much, I know that's weird, but yeah. Maybe it's a Ghost World thing.
We saw that movie in 1990.
Yeah, it was before Scarlett Johansson was like big.
It was like her first movie that I've ever seen her. I'm like, ooh, who's that girl? She's cute. Who's the sidekick chick?
Thora Birch, right?
It was Thora Birch
Yeah.
and her friend. I'm like, ooh, let's see more of the friend.
The reason I refer to it, I always say that's the one I didn't know if I liked it when I saw it. And then,
Yeah, because we walked out of the movie theater like, I don't know if I like that.
and years later, I'm like, this
I
part
still don't know if you like it.
Yeah. It kind of, I mean, it was weird because it hit home in some certain parts and I was uncomfortable. So that's exactly what I'm saying. Maybe that's why I don't like Master of None that much as you do.
And I love it.
Mhm.
Love it. It's very, very real. Very real. And it does have, I mean, he's Indian and it has a lot of his experiences as an Indian living in today's world. So love it. It even goes into the whole Hollywood thing about him trying to get the acting roles and trying not to be typecast, all that. That's season 1. I hope season 2 is just as good, and I think it will be. So there's that. I don't know. You haven't watched Legion yet.
I watched some. I did watch some. I got like the 2 or 3, maybe even 4 episodes.
Yeah. See, no, you might not like that. You might not like the way it ends because it's very different. Also,
I'll have to.
It's very artsy.
Well, I don't mind artsy. That's not the thing. But sometimes I don't know. I just have to watch it.
Very different.
I have to watch it. I can't say more.
Yeah. See, if it hasn't made you watch the rest of them by now, you probably don't like it.
Okay.
And I think it's awesome. I love Legion. I love what they did. Mind thing. It's so mind crazy.
Without getting into it too much and spoiling it.
It's such a crazy mind screw.
Okay.
Oh man. I want more people to watch Legion also. That one is so good. It's not your typical superhero show. And then I don't know. I thought you watched all the superhero shows, but
I have
not the good ones.
I have a backlog. I really do have a backlog. I mean, if you look at my DVR, I'm in some episodes. Some series I'm like 14 episodes back, and I do want to watch it.
I mean, it bugs me that people don't watch Legion, but they'll watch. I don't want to badmouth any of the other shows. But I don't know, something like Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, I don't watch that. That's the one I don't watch out of the CW DC ones.
Flash.
I like Flash.
Yeah, I know. Green
Flash.
Arrow.
Yeah, I kind of tolerate Green Arrow.
Or Arrow, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Arrow. It's a little too angsty sometimes.
Yeah, but you gave that more of a chance than you gave Legion. You gave that, what, 3 seasons?
No, I came back to Arrow.
Okay.
The reason why I watched Arrow to begin with is because of Pinoy Playboy, or sometime, member of the Sini-Gang podcast, and he was like, "You got to watch it," and he's talking to me about this and that. I'm like, okay. So I ended up binging that, and I caught up, and it's like, okay, it's pretty cool. I like it. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm not gonna go back to Legion. I might try it. I have it all in there. I mean, like today, I saw my DVR was set to. I had only like 16% left on it, and I just said, okay, I said goodbye to all the not Game of Thrones, the Walking Dead episodes. I just got rid of it because I've been debating whether I was gonna keep up with that or not. Got rid of that. Got rid of some other series that I'm not sure I'm ever gonna look at again. Like I never caught the second season of what's the name of that one? Oh, the hacker one, man. I just blanked on it.
Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot. Did you watch it?
You know how much is on my DVR?
How much?
100%. I don't record nothing. Everything I watch is online.
Oh.
So if I ever want to watch something, I don't have to worry about deleting it or it being deleted.
Mm-hmm.
I just watch it.
I do it differently, so there you go. So I'm up to like 35% now. So I got rid of a lot. So yeah.
You should watch Better Call Saul also. My favorite show right now.
It's what, 3 seasons in? 4.
episode 3, season 3, I think, right now.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, that was one. I'm, because like when I watched Breaking Bad, I ended up binging that like 4 or 5 seasons to catch up to you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna do the same thing with Better Call Saul. I might just try to catch up sooner. But like I said, I got a lot of shows to decide if I'm gonna catch up with or just forget about.
I mean, Better Call Saul. I listened to 2 different podcasts about that show. I listened to them the day after I watched an episode. I mean, that's how into I am about that one.
No.
I'm online on Reddit, on the Better Call Saul subreddits, reading about the episodes right after I finished watching it.
Do you think it's better than Breaking Bad or no?
It's different.
Okay, I think I've asked you that before, but I don't remember what the answer was.
It's hard to say it's better. It's more consistent, as in, like, I mean, I don't think Breaking Bad had bad episodes, but Better Call Saul, I think every episode hits. Let's just say that. So I mean, it's an opinion thing.
Yeah.
And yours is wrong and mine is right.
Now, I won't always say that's true because it is an opinion thing, but we both have agreed that certain people, we don't listen to their opinions on anything. And, there's a group, I mean, there are people that tell you that this movie is awesome and you have to go, well, maybe it's awesome.
Yeah, there's people that love Transformers, the movies, and then there's us.
I thought the first one was interesting. I thought it was kind of cool because it was a novelty factor, but after a while, like, this is not looking different. It's like a rehash and it's the same special effects and it's Michael Bay doing the Michael Bay thing, that kind of thing. But like, oh, you gotta watch this movie. It's the best thing ever. And I watch it. I'm like, what the heck were you guys thinking about? Yeah, man, it's
things blow up. There's fire and there's fighting and there's robots. So, all right. So those are my suggestions of stuff to watch.
Quickly, it was
Atlanta, Better Call Saul, Legion,
okay,
Masters of None, Dear White People.
Mm-hmm.
Dear White People.
And you said you just started, you just picked up American Gods, right?
American Gods, yes.
How is that? It's like, what, 2 episodes in or 1 episode?
As we record this, episode 2 comes on tonight.
Okay.
So,
Stars, you got to find your own channels to get it. I mean, if you don't have the actual subscription, find it somehow. I don't know. I'm not, but you like it, right?
I like the first episode that I saw, yes.
Enough to, you were kind of, I wouldn't say gushing, but you were saying it's something worth watching.
I was asking if anyone watched it. No one's watched it. I said, oh, come on, people. It's very weird. It's based off of a Neil Gaiman book.
If you know guy Neil Gaiman, Sandman. Yeah, if you know that, I don't know if you even know that, but
yeah. So it's I mean, it's along those lines. So it's very comic based, I guess. Even though he doesn't, it's not. Well, you know, Sandman.
Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to get to with what you're saying, but
well, I say, I'm trying to say it's very supernatural. It's very. The show's called American Gods. It's about gods.
Oh wow,
living on Earth.
Yeah,
and it's very weird. Like I said, I watched the first episode. I didn't know what I watched, but I knew I liked it.
Okay,
I knew I liked it. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I saw.
That's the weirdest description.
But consciously, I said, you know what? I liked it.
The only thing I can think of that works for me like that was Mulholland Drive, was when I don't know what I saw, but I know I liked it. That was it's like what you had to explain it to me because I was like
I can write a whole dissertation about Mulholland Drive.
I was like, wait, why are they? I don't, huh? That was me, but I was like, but it was cool. That was pretty much my opinion of it.
Yeah.
And then when you told me the little thing, I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
The Cliff Note version, even the shorter than Cliff Note version, is the last half of the movie is the movie. The first half of the movie is the imagination. Let's just say that about this 20-year-old movie.
Yeah.
Without spoiling it. Naomi Watts gets naked and the other chick gets naked.
Herring. I forgot her first name.
Elena? Oh, that's her name in the show.
Yeah, I think it's like Maria or no.
She has 3 names.
Very hot.
But they get naked.
Hot brunette. Oh man.
Originally, it was supposed to be like a show. It was supposed to be a TV show, like Twin Peaks.
Yeah,
it was made by David Lynch.
Right.
He was trying to make another Twin Peaks, but somehow it converted into a movie. And he said, "Screw it, throw in naked ladies."
And I'm all for that.
And you could see it in the show. It's like, okay, it's like a TV show. Then all of a sudden, it turned into an R-rated movie.
Yeah. I mean, oh yeah.
Oh man.
Are you gonna watch the Twin Peaks when it comes out, the new one?
No, I was never a Twin Peaks.
I was into it, but then I got lost near the end. I mean, it lost me.
Yeah, I was like 5 years old when it came out the first time. Actually, and I was older than that.
I know. I know I wasn't that young,
but still, I wasn't an adult when the first Twin Peaks came out. When was this? 1980?
I don't know.
8.
Sounds right. I don't know.
Twin Peaks wasn't a show for a 12-year-old kid to be watching. I know you watched it, but
the 13-year-old kid, I was well in my rights to watch it. I don't know. My parents didn't know what I was watching, so it's let me watch whatever I wanted.
Yeah. So in that sense, I excused myself for not getting into the whole Twin Peaks thing.
It was cool though for a while.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I remember in the 90s, they tried to do this one show. It was like Twin Peaks, but it wasn't Twin Peaks. But what was it? They threw in like a lot. It was a mystery. It was sort of like a who killed this person.
Right.
And they threw like all these like hidden Easter eggs in the show, and you're supposed to like break down the show and solve the mystery yourself. And if you call and solve the mystery, you win something. I remember
what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it.
I don't even think they finished that season.
Yeah, I think it didn't. Yeah, it didn't do well.
I remember watching the first episode and recording it and taking notes down.
Mm-hmm.
And then second episode, I said, screw this. It's not a good show. They're making me watch this thing.
Yeah.
Because I want to be, Detective Clouseau.
Detective Clouseau? Okay.
But yeah. Let's do a Tagalog word of the day.
Okay. This is the part of the show where Boogie and I try to educate our listeners on the Filipino language. Neither one of us is a native speaker of Filipino or Tagalog. So if we get some aspect of the word incorrect, like its pronunciation, its grammatical usage, it's some aspect of its definition, feel free to let us know because we value your interaction and your feedback. But keep in mind that we never say that this podcast is actual information that's, as an informational source. Never quote us for, if you're trying to prove an argument or whatever. We just do this for fun. And, if you happen to have some Filipino friends and you want to share some Filipino language to just lay on them, this is where we're giving you some of that little ammunition to use in those discussions. Take it for what it is. And if you have any feedback or if you actually have a suggestion for a word of the day, hey, we'll take that too. That'd be cool. So, Boogie, do you have a word?
Umalis. Umalis kami sa kotse. Umalis kami sa bahay.
Okay.
Umalis mo. O umalis sister, no? Sa I don't know. McDonald's. So let's make umalis our word of the day. Umalis, which means to leave.
Yeah.
To go.
And he said you were saying leave the car, leave the house earlier, something like that. So do that if you want. Well, how do you say let's go? Umalis? I don't know. Well, I always say tayo na, but what do you say when if you were to use that, like let's all go or something?
I
mean, if you say umalis kayo, I mean you go. Right? Kami? Something like that?
No.
Okay. See, that's why I don't do this part of the show very well. So
it's more of a. In fact, I'm trying to think of the slang way of saying it because I know it, and it is bugging me. What do you say, tayo na?
Yeah.
That's close enough.
That's let's go. Pretty much.
There's a slang way of doing it, but I can't think of it.
Okay.
All right, that it?
Yep.
Make sure you visit our website, www.sini-gang.com.
Or email us at thesinigang@gmail.com.
Follow us on Twitter at The Sini-Gang.
Find us on Facebook, on facebook.com/thesinigang. And look for our videos on YouTube. Do a search for our URL. www.sini-gang.com, and you should be able to find the videos. And if you do, please comment. Actually, we like it when you comment on our videos. It makes us feel wanted and special. So until next time, this is Sterno Supernova.
And this is l-boogy, the Elemental One, saying thanks for listening and
Sige na. Are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everyone. Thanks for watching. Tune in for our next episode. Till then, take care.